Well, thank you all so much for joining me today in studying A Course in Miracles. We're reading from the Foundation for Inner Peace publication, Lesson 179, which is a review of Lesson 167 and 168. I'm Miracle Willie, Forgiveness Teacher from the Ozarks, here on Thursday, June the 27th of 2024. God is but love, and therefore so am I. There is one life, and that I share with God. There's only one life. You know, there's no opposing forces in the universe, only in our minds, but our minds are incredibly powerful, being created in the image of God and given complete freedom to think anything you want to think. But why not think about what's true? There is one life, and that I share with God. Everything's in complete, integrated harmony. That's the reality of life. Everything else is a dream we're going to wake up from. God is but love, and therefore so am I. In Lesson 168, your grace is given me. I claim it now. And the little write-up in there, it said in there, a little prayer, it said, your grace is given me. I claim it now. Father, I come to you, and you will come to me who ask. I am the son you love. What a beautiful truth. Your grace is given me. I claim it now. God is but love, and therefore so am I. Be sure to do your 2 longer extended periods of practice, meditation, morning and evening. You know, aim for 15 minutes, but do at least 5 minutes, morning and evening. Aim for longer if you can. Longer than 15. Take as long as you'd like. And then throughout the day, be sure to do those hourly remembrances. And giving God thanks for the things that have happened in the hour gone by, and ask Him for guidance for the hour yet to come. And tell yourself today, God is but love, and therefore so am I. There is one life, and that I share with God. God is but love, and therefore so am I. Your grace is given me. I claim it now. God is but love, and therefore so am I. Okay, well, let's go look at our text reading for today. And we're ready for, in chapter 19, the attainment of peace, section 4, the obstacles to peace. Before we read it, let's look and see what's going on around the world from holidays and observances. Decide to be Married Day, Canadian Multiculturalism Day, and we're going to talk about a couple tribes, the Algonquin and the Iroquois, that were in Canada and the northeastern part of the United States. And we're going to use a word for peace. You know, we did the Algonquin word, Waki Iji Webisai, yesterday. Waki Iji Webisai. But the Iroquois word, I said the Iroquois the other day, and it was incorrect. And it's, you know, it was hard for me to find just the word for peace. What I find easily, though, is the great law of peace. So let's go with that. This is the Iroquois wonderful story about how two sets of teeth, I think was his name, and he worked with Hiawatha. He evidently had a speech impediment, but Hiawatha spoke eloquently of his message. But he got the message that we need to be at peace. Like the 5 needles on a white pine, with the white pine was the symbol of peace for the Iroquois Confederacy, which were the Cayuga, the Mohawk, the Oneida, the Onondaga, the Seneca, and then later on the Tuscarora. Of course, the Native Americans also were the 5 civilized tribes, according to the U.S. government, was the Cherokee, Choctaw, Chickasaw, Muskogee, and Seminole. So, you know, little difference there. The Iroquois Confederation and their Kaianere kowa is the great law of peace. And that's what Benjamin Franklin, Thomas Jefferson conditioned the Articles of Confederation, which later turned into the Constitution of the United States based on their principles of peace. So anyway, the word we're going to use today is Kaianere kowa. Kaianere kowa, the great law of peace. I like that, the great law of peace. We're going to learn about that in our lesson today, the obstacles to peace. Decide to be Married Day, Happy Birthday to You Day, Helen Keller Day, Industrial Workers of the World, Bingo Day, Handshake Day, Indian Pudding Day, Orange Blossom Day, PTSD Awareness Day, and Sunglasses Day. And then in edible landscaping, another Morus alba, and this is the dwarf weeping mulberry. Our weeping mulberry is a black fruiting weeper. Mature tree size is 12 foot tall and wide. Get one for the kids. They make a great playhouse. Or how about a summer outdoor shower stall? Fruits are not as large as our other black mulberries, but are very good. Stake young plants for the first few years. Space 10 to 12 foot circles, zones 3 through 9. Okay. All right, now let's go take a look at our lesson. The obstacles to peace are our text. As peace extends from deep inside yourself to embrace all the sonship and give it rest, it will encounter many obstacles. Some of them you will try to impose. Others will seem to arise from elsewhere, from your brothers and from various aspects of the world outside. Yet peace will gently cover them, extending past completely unencumbered. The extension of the Holy Spirit's purpose from your relationship to others to bring them gently in is the way in which He will bring means and goal in line. The peace He lay deep within you and your brother will quietly extend to every aspect of your life, surrounding you and your brother with glowing happiness and the calm awareness of complete protection. And you will carry its message of love and safety and freedom to everyone who draws nigh unto your temple. Your healing, where healing waits for him. Your temple, where healing waits for your brothers and sisters. You will not wait to give him this, for you will call to him, and he will answer you, recognizing in your call the call for God. And you will draw him in and give him rest as it was given you. Paragraph 2. All this will you do, yet the peace that already lies deeply within must first expand and flow across the obstacles you placed before it. This will you do, for nothing undertaken with the Holy Spirit remains unfinished. You can indeed be sure of nothing you see outside you, but of this you can be sure. The Holy Spirit asks that you offer Him a resting place, where you will rest in Him. He answered you and entered your relationship. Would you not now return His graciousness and enter into a relationship with Him? For it is He who offered your relationship the gift of holiness, without which it would have been forever impossible to appreciate your brother. Appreciation and peace go hand in hand. Learn to appreciate your brothers and sisters. Last paragraph for this section, then we're going to read the next section too. Paragraph 3, the gratitude you owe to Him, He asks but that you receive for Him. And when you look with gentle graciousness upon your brother, you are beholding Him. For you are looking where He is and not apart from Him. You cannot see the Holy Spirit, but you can see your brothers truly. And the light in them will show you all that you need to see. When the peace in you has been extended to encompass everyone, when the peace in you has been extended to encompass everyone, the Holy Spirit's function here will be accomplished. What need is there for seeing then, when God has taken the last step Himself? The Holy Spirit will gather all the thanks and gratitude that you have offered Him, and lay them gently before His Creator in the name of His most holy Son, and the Father will accept them in His name. What need is there of seeing in the presence of His gratitude? And the first obstacle, the desire to get rid of it, letter A, the first obstacle, the desire to get rid of peace. Paragraph 1. The first obstacle that peace must flow across is your desire to get rid of it, for it cannot extend unless you keep it. You are the center from which it radiates outward to call the others in. You are its home, its tranquil dwelling place from which it gently reaches out, but never leaving you. If you would make it homeless, how can it abide within the Son of God? If it would spread across the whole creation, it must begin with you, and from you reach to everyone who calls. and bring him rest by joining you. 2. Why would you want peace homeless? What do you think that it must dispossess to dwell with you? What seems to be the cost you are so unwilling to pay? The little barrier of sand still stands between you and your brother. Would you reinforce it now? You are not asked to let it go for yourself alone. Christ asks it of you for himself. He would bring peace to everyone. And how can he do this except through you? Would you let a little bank of sand, a wall of dust, a tiny seeming barrier stand between your brothers and salvation? A little bit of sand, just kind of fluff it away. And yet this little remnant of attack you cherish still against your brother is the first obstacle the peace in you encounters in its going forth. This little remnant of attack, that's what he calls that little pile of sand. That little remnant of attack you cherish still against your brother is the first obstacle the peace in you encounters in its going forth. This little wall of hatred would still oppose the will of God and keep it limited. 3. The Holy Spirit's purpose rests in peace within you. The Holy Spirit's purpose rests in peace within you. Yet you are still unwilling to let it join you wholly. You still oppose the will of God just by a little. And that little is a limit you would place upon the whole. God's will is one, not many. It has, and that's our lesson today, there is one life, and that I share with God. God's will is one, not many. It has no opposition, for there is none beside it. What you would still contain behind your little barrier and keep separate from your brother seems mightier than the universe, for it would hold back the universe and its creator. This little wall would hide the purpose of heaven and keep it from heaven. 4. Would you thrust salvation away from the giver of salvation? For such have you become. Peace could no more depart from you than from God. Fear not this little obstacle. It cannot contain the will of God. Peace will flow across it and join you without hindrance. Salvation cannot be withheld from you. It is your purpose. You cannot choose apart from this. You have no purpose apart from your brother, nor apart from the one you ask the Holy Spirit to share with you. The little wall will fall away so quietly beneath the wings of peace. The little wall of sand will fall away so quietly beneath the wings of peace. For peace will send its messengers from you to all the world, and barriers will fall away before their coming as easily as those that you interpose will be surmounted. 5. To overcome the world is no more difficult than to surmount your little wall. And in the miracle of your holy relationship, without this barrier is every miracle contained. There is no order of difficulty in miracles, for they are all the same. Each is a gentle winning over from the appeal of guilt to the appeal of love. We just want to see no one's guilty, and we want to feel that love for them, feel that appreciation for them. That's blowing away that sand. There is no order of difficulty in miracles, for they are all the same. Let's start over paragraph 5. To overcome the world is no more difficult than to surmount your little wall. For in the miracle of your holy relationship, without this barrier is every miracle contained. There is no order of difficulty in miracles, for they are all the same. Each is a gentle winning over from the appeal of guilt to the appeal of love. How can this fail to be accomplished wherever it is undertaken? Guilt can raise no real barriers against it, and all that seems to stand between you and your brother must fall away because of the appeal you answered. From you who answered, he who answered you would call. His home is in your holy relationship. Do not attempt to stand between him and his holy purpose, for it is yours. But let him quietly extend the miracle of your relationship to everyone contained in it as it was given. 6. There is a hush in heaven, a happy expectancy, a little pause of gladness in acknowledgement of the journey's end. For heaven knows you well, as you know heaven. No illusions stand between you and your brother now. Look not upon the little wall of shadows. The sun has risen over it. How can a shadow keep you from the sun? No more can you be kept by shadows from the light in which illusions end. Every miracle is but the end of an illusion. Such was the journey, such its ending. And in the goal of truth, which you accepted, must all illusions end. 7. The little insane wish to get rid of him, whom you invited in and push him out, must produce conflict. As you look upon the world, this little wish, uprooted and floating aimlessly, can land and settle briefly upon anything, for it has no purpose now. Before the Holy Spirit entered to abide with you, it seemed to have a mighty purpose, the fixed and unchangeable dedication to sin and its results. Now it is aimless, wandering pointlessly, causing no more than tiny interruptions in love's appeal. You know, this idea that you have to protect yourself by seeing the evil around you and distancing yourself or protecting yourself from it, that idea now it doesn't really have a purpose because you've accepted the Holy Spirit's purpose to want to see the peace in your brothers and sisters, the love in your brothers and sisters, the appreciation in your brothers and sisters. But it still kind of floats around. You got to be careful because it'll settle on anything for any reason, he says. This feather of a wish, this tiny illusion, this microscopic remnant of the belief in sin is all that remains of what once seemed to be the world. Let's catch that again. That is beautiful. This feather of a wish, this wish that sin was real. This feather of a wish, this tiny illusion, this microscopic remnant of the belief in sin is all that remains of what once seemed to be the world. It is no longer an unrelenting barrier to peace. Its pointless wandering makes its results appear to be more erratic and unpredictable than before. Yet what could be more unstable than a tightly organized delusional system? Its seeming stability is its pervasive weakness, which extends to everything. The variability the little remnant induces merely indicates its limited results. And the last paragraph to finish this section, 9. How mighty can a little feather be before the great wings of truth? Can it oppose an eagle's flight or hinder the advance of summer? Can it interfere with the effects of summer sun upon a garden covered by the snow? Covered by snow, by the snow. You see a little garden with a little bit of snow from the evening before, and yet it's a summer day. It just melts away without much effort. Well, that's what he's saying. The idea of sin is melting away as you accept appreciation into your life for all your brothers and sisters. As you take the Holy Spirit's purpose to convert your special relationships, where there's a respecter of persons, and some people are more valuable than others. Some are to be avoided and others to be accepted. As you begin to see the Holy Spirit loves them all equally, you learn to have appreciation, and that melts the snow on the garden like the summer sun. Can it interfere with the effects of summer sun upon a garden covered by the snow? See but how easily this little wisp is lifted up and carried away, never to return, and part with it in gladness, not regret. For it is nothing in itself, and stood for nothing when you had greater faith in its protection. Would you not rather greet the summer sun than fix your gaze upon a disappearing snowflake and shiver in remembrance of the winter's cold? Of course, he's comparing the winter's cold to be that belief in sin, and the sun being that which comes to melt the snow and soften our hearts and teach us to be happy and to remember peace and have no obstacle. That first obstacle of peace is the desire to get rid of it by thinking that you need to see sin. Be sure to do your 2 lessons today, longer in the morning and evening, and then hourly remembrance and thanksgiving. Tell yourself, God is but love, and therefore so am I. God is but love, and therefore so am I. There is one life, and that I share with God. I share with God. There is one life, and that I share with God. I share with God. God is but love, and therefore so am I. God is but love, and therefore so am I. Your grace is given me, I claim it now, I claim it now. Your grace is given me, I claim it now, I claim it now. Father, I come to you, and you will come to me who ask. I am the Son you love. Your grace is given me, I claim it now, I claim it now. Father, I come to you, and you will come to me who ask. I am the Son you love. God is but love, and therefore so am I. God is but love, and therefore so am I. There is one life, and that I share with God. I share with God. Your grace is given me, I claim it now, I claim it now. God is but love, and therefore so am I. God is but love, and therefore so am I. Okay, so let's get the great law of peace. And I did hear it said by a native speaker, and I think I'm saying it properly, but I could probably use a little polishing up. Kaianere, kowa, the great law of peace. Let's let the great law of peace not be blocked by us. Let's don't try to get rid of it. Let's let it extend out to everyone. Kaianere, kowa, the great law of peace. God is but love, and therefore so am I. There is one life, and that I share with God. God is but love, and therefore so am I. Your grace is given me, I claim it now. God is but love, and therefore so am I. Kaianere, kowa.